WWE fans, AEW fans, public announcement. I don't understand what's the rebuttal. For years, it's this tribalism. What happened to just being pro wrestling fans? You know, I can remember even back in the day when WCW and WWE was at the height of the Monday Night Wars. You know, some people cater more to the other show, but we still watch both shows. I don't remember it being such a back and forth between two promotions. I love the genre of pro wrestling. Period. You know, I just don't watch a whole abundance of it. I mean, come on, let's keep it a buck. I mean, between AEW and WWE, and I'm not even talking about NXT. I'm not even talking about Rampage. Just Raw, SmackDown, Collision, and Dynamite, and then add in the WWE's PLEs, and then add in the AEW's pay-per-views. It's a lot. It's a lot of wrestling. I think these new age wrestling fans. That's what I'm gonna call them. New age wrestling fans. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You know what I'm saying? The big oofs. You see them grays? Yeah. But I want to see more of pro wrestling fans than more than WWE fans and AEW fans. Because I can be the one to stand back and look at everything from both perspectives. Okay? I see what WWE fans saying, I see what AEW fans are saying. But check this out. I'm just more partial and I like AEW's in-ring action. I like their wrestling style. I like how hard it hits, how physical it is. I like how they tell most of their storytelling in the ring instead of outside the ring. WWE tells their story more outside the ring than inside the ring. Very few instances where we'll find matches that actually use the matches as a storytelling extension, you know. But usually it's just strictly more story out the ring. Again, to each his own. Okay. I am not particular to the WWE style of wrestling. It looks maybe because everything looks so crispy clean HD, it just don't look gritty. I don't know what it is, but to me, to me, in my opinion, it looks slow. It looks methodical. It looks very like choreographed. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times a lot of this stuff don't hit, don't land. I don't want to say hit, don't land. Insecurities don't land. I mean, you can tell sometimes they throw punches and they nowhere near the person, and the person is selling like hell. It's like, oh no, what are we doing? and because and the problem is the reason why it's talked about more than it was before is because it's more prominent now. Like botches happens more often than it did back in the day. I don't remember. Maybe it's me getting up in the years, but I'm telling you, when I was growing up and I was watching WCW Nitro, WWE Raw, man, I swear to God, I ain't seen so many botches. Or maybe I was too young to even understand what a botch is. But I ain't see them like this at the rate from both companies. Uh, I just feel like we have gone too far as a pro wrestling community. You know, I see things. I see this shit online, and it's ridiculous because it's like manufactured hate. It's like it's not real hate. It's not a real dislike because their opinions that they put don't even have any solid. It's just like, oh, I don't like his wrestling gear, or AEW do this too much. Like, and I didn't see. I guess I'm really why I'm harping on it now because I've seen an abundance of it this past weekend with the All Out pay-per-view, and because the syringe and that's too far. That's too far. Okay, let's get one thing straight. And I did use the Katie Vick as a look, as an example. Some people say, oh, that was in the past. It doesn't matter. Pro wrestling is pro wrestling. It happened then. It's gonna happen now. It's gonna happen before. What is new? What is gonna be old? And what's old is gonna be new. That's how it goes. There are a lot of things are recycled in this genre of ours. So again, they say how much is too much. Well, pay attention to what you're watching. First of all, it was an unsanctioned match by AEW. Meaning they want no responsibility of this match. Okay. Now bear with me. I'm going within the story and everything. Just pay attention. You know, of course we know they really do, but you know, pro wrestling rocked me for a little bit. So besides that, they said steel cage, lights out match. What the world? I heard of a steel cage match. I heard of a lights out match, but I never heard of a steel cage lights out match. Like, damn. That right there should have told you what to expect from Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. Now, if you have never seen AEW for the last year or the last couple of years, or if you don't keep up with them, then you'll be lost in the sauce because you don't know the storyline about Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. This has been a year-long storyline. I mean, they had 3 matches before they had this match. So, and I mean, the Texas Death Match, I mean, come on, man. Like, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Again, those type of matches, it don't make me pop, but I will watch it because if it goes with the storyline, it enhances it. And I mean, those two put on a great Texas Death Match, and they put on a great steel cage lights out match at All Out. Yes, with the syringe and all. Yes. Not because I like to see blood and gore and all type of stuff. I respect the fact that they're trying to do something different. I mean, in this day and age, think about it. If we're not careful as pro wrestling fans, a pro wrestling community as one, a lot of the stuff is gonna get stale because we're gonna go back into that same rotation. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember those years in WWE, like before the pandemic? It was awful. It was boring. It was recycled. The matches was it was like 5-minute matches. I mean, it was unwatchable for me. That's when you had the tactical vest Roman and Andy Ambrose and all the Seth Rollins, and you had all these different elements and stuff. You think it would have been good, but the format was just repetitive every week, every week, every week. It didn't get you up for anything. So even though I DVR'd it, I never watched it. I will skim through it and see, certain things. Oh, the Hurt Business. Oh, this and the third. I would scan through and see. But other than that, nah, I wasn't really paying attention. The same thing with AEW when they first started. I watched the first episode. I was like, oh man, it's a new wrestling company. It was hype. Cody Rhodes was the headliner. So hey, Chris Jericho. I'm like, okay, this is something. So I started watching a couple of episodes, but then I kind of faded out in the very beginning because a lot of people they're bringing on TV I didn't know about. And AEW had this thing when it first started. Like they had this mindset to me that was like, if you don't know who is on TV, who we are right now, then you need to find out. And they have storylines you have no clue about. So it made it hard for just someone who's trying to get into AEW, hard to follow AEW. It wasn't hard to follow WCW because WCW, before they had the NWO, I'm talking about when they just had, the Surface Thing, the natural Dusty Rhodes, you know what I'm saying? Mean, the Barbarian, the Giant. Who else? The Shockmaster, Kevin Sullivan, rest in peace. Who else, man? They had this one dude named Juice. I bet you nobody remembers Juice. I swear to God, this one dude used to play with the ropes. He was the first dude I've ever seen who was unique enough to play with the ropes. Y'all gotta look him up. His name was Juice. WCW had powder on his face. You know what I'm saying? He wore like a almost like a Orange Cassidy type of ring gear. You know what I mean? His name was Juice. Check him out, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. He's a young kid. I only seen him wrestle like one time. I've never heard nothing from him again. I gotta research that dude up, man. That's here or there. But it was those type of, Saturday night main event, on 605 on TBS. Who remember those? Hey, look, I understand if you gun ho, if you strictly prefer WWE or you strictly prefer AEW, I understand. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with everybody. Just because I love the pro wrestling of AEW, and like I say, AEW keeps my attention more because of that element more than WWE does, but I still keep my eye on WWE because I love pro wrestling, period. But I still keep my eye on it. But I can tell the difference in my interest peak. My interest, I'm like, oh man, I'm really watching. And then WWE, some things, I'm telling you, some things, I'm fast forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm fast forward. I stop when I think I see something important. But other than that, no. I'm appalled, and it's funny to me. You know, everybody has a title to their opinions, but I don't know why WWE fans want to shit on AEW. Matter of fact, the whole industry, Eric Bischoff, holy crap, man, he shits on AEW every time you get a chance. My man Jim Cornette, holy crap, man, I wish you could hear. If you ain't never heard no Jim Cornette, man, a lot of people out. Man, the stuff he said, man, it's funny, and sometimes he's right. He really is. Sometimes you have to listen to the OGs who's been in the industry, and then you watch, and you're like, oh shit. Pro wrestling fans, like I said, I understand you have a particular way of doing things, and you like what you like, and you don't, but you don't have to shoot down AEW just to prove that you're big. I mean, what was this noise I was kicking about a couple years ago? You know, like WWE fans are good at this shit now. They were quiet as kept a couple years ago when AEW bust on the scene and was busting out us. You know what I'm saying? Not, I said they were busting out us. Busting that ass. The Wednesday Night Wars. Bust that ass. Triple H got demoted because this man was like, God damn it, trouble. Oh, snap. But then AEW, I think, got so lax. And I think the simple fact, and I know this is why, the reason why WWE is back to that, okay, this is WWE and this is AEW, is because within this last year, this year only, The Rock came back and was involved with a consistent storyline that brought lost eyes back to the product. And I mean back into pro wrestling. Here we are. It's the Rock effect. I don't want to hear nobody tell me. I don't want to hear nobody tell me that Roman Reigns did it all by himself, because he didn't. He really did. It was a perfect combination of things that kind of just came into place. I mean, come on, let's keep it a buck. This is what we're going to do. We're going to keep it a buck, man. Like, Roman, before this tribal chief Roman, the tactical vest Roman, wasn't nobody feeling him, bro. With the contact lenses in his eyes. I don't know what he was doing, man. Nobody was feeling him. I wasn't feeling it. I know I wasn't, man. He come out that darn, that damn music come on. I'm like, oh, don't want to see this dude because it's boring. He's trying too hard or something. Man, y'all gotta, if y'all, I know we all seen it, the John Cena, infamous John Cena promo where when he just, you can see the in Roman's face. See, that's one thing you can't hide. Who said that? I forgot who said it. Vince McMahon said it. He said it. The camera never lies. I think it was Vince McMahon. It could be somebody else. But Vince, I can remember Vince McMahon saying, the camera never lies. I said, okay. And it don't. You can see in Roman's face how it felt like John Cena hit him with a uppercut from out of nowhere. Bucket! Knocked him on his ass some. To the point where he had to use a curse word back in that time, just like 6 years ago, where it was very frowned upon if you gotta do that as type of shit. You know what I'm saying? No, you a fake ass bitch. You a fake ass 2-time bitch. And, you know what I'm saying? That's Roman. He was talking to John Cena, but John Cena just stayed calm, kept his mouth shut and just said, you know, and Roman was trying to throw some darts, try to spit his darts, and he couldn't get his thoughts together. And John Cena say, it's called a promo. If you want to be the big dog, you got to know how to do it. And the crowd said, what? I mean, yo. And that's when, he went on that little rant, baby. You a bitch. You a fake ass bitch. Oh, man. But you know what? It's respect, though. Because we literally saw Roman grow up before our eyes. A lot of people right now, they just hop back into wrestling and they see the finished product. Like, they didn't really see the maturation of Roman Reigns to him being, the big dog. There has to be in a industry or in a genre where so many things are scripted and pre-rehearsed and talked about beforehand before you go out and reenact it. In a genre of such, we have to remember the organic things are being said about, even though, hey, we got bullet points. I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that. You're going to say this, you're going to say that. Pop, pop, pop. Here's the bullet points. But the stuff in between, we're going to come off the dome. That's an art form to me. That's just another way of improv. That's all it is. You improving in the ring. And that's why I like the art of pro wrestling, because that's all you're really doing. When you doing that, like the real way, like the old school way. I'll say the old school way. When you call it on the fly, as they say. That's freestyling. That's improv. That's going off the crowd. I mean, that is a skill that can't be taught. A lot of people can't do it, as we see today. I know. I understand that the industry has evolved. The way how matches are set up and brought to the table has evolved or changed than as they were before. And maybe this is why we're getting so many of these banging matches, because they are kind of choreographed, rehearsed, in a way. And I don't like saying that shit. I really do. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, man. But hey, it's the 404HEELZ. Shout out to Aaron, the other half of the 404HEELZ. We keep it a buck on the show. So it's going to be no different over here, even though I'm solo. I don't know. I just feel like the tribal chief was a finished product. You came on at the right time. He held all the belts for many years. But to me, he didn't start taking it off. Like, off. Like, he was doing the tribal chief thing with Paul Heyman, and, you know what I'm saying? When he started doing more promos, and then because before, remember, when he came back and he beat The Fiend for the title, he didn't really talk a lot. It was Paul Heyman who was really doing most of the talking. Then all of a sudden, he started coming off with this. I think he must have watched Avengers. And he had to watch Avengers and say how he was a villain, but at the same time, he had this grace to him. You understand? That's what made Roman captivating, is when he would cut these promos, it wasn't like an MJF promo where he's going to be loudmouth and, run people down and, like your typical heel promo, His promos was a couple of words, straight to the point, and he'll use voice inflection on certain words at certain points of his promo to give you that, he really mean that shit. So, like, if I can talk to you like this, and this is a conversation between you and me, and I tell you that what I mean is what I mean. Like, when he was doing that shit, oh my God. I was like, oh, okay. Now I'm seeing the mic skills. And his matches, honestly, wasn't like bad. It wasn't great. It was just average, but it wasn't bad matches. Even when he was the big dog Roman Reigns, he didn't put on like bangers. The only match I can remember goes Roman Reigns and the Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania. It was so physical. That's why I like physicality. It's easier to suspend disbelief that way. It's hard when you're watching something and you just can't even question. Even though I know what's going on, I still question. Like he just got mollywopped. So I mean, and that's the fun part. To do these things and not really get hurt and to make you believe something that was actually going on and get you sucked in. That's what pro wrestling is. That's an art form. This ain't no movie. This ain't no extra cut scene here, scene there, scene there. You got to get it right now. You got to get it right now. That's pro wrestling. I love it. But we start talking. But to me, like I said, he didn't really take off until the Usos came aboard. Let's keep it a buck. When the Usos came aboard, they gave Roman an identity. They gave him an identity. Roman, you know, they started coming out with the J's and with the sweatsuits, and it gave him identity. Being with the Usos, it just fit, and he should have had this side of him, because now when you hear him talk, that's who he is. He's just one of them dudes. There's some moments. So when the Usos came along, oh man, and that was the hottest thing going. That was the hottest thing going in WWE at the time, because there was nothing else going on WWE at the time when it was Roman Reigns versus Jay Uso. Jimmy was hurt. Jay was by himself, so they put him in the storyline with Roman Reigns because they're cousins. And boom, magic. The birth of the bloodline. During the pandemic. The birth of the bloodline happened during the pandemic. That's how long the storyline's been going. Crazy to know this, right? The birth of the bloodline mixed in with Cody Rhodes coming from AEW. Again, AEW, when it was popping, when it was pulling in great views every week, when they were the hot new thing, and they were still right there with it was like WWE, AEW, shows per week. And there was, but man, when this bloodline thing started rolling, so when Cody came from AEW to WWE at WrestleMania to face Seth Rollins, why do you think the crowd popped? Because they knew who he was, because people watch AEW. They don't admit it, but people do. You got another second major base promotion that has a TV show on a cable network with familiar stars. Oh man, what the hell? You mean tell me as a pro wrestling fan, you're not going to watch this because it's not WWE? But then you're not a pro wrestling fan, you're a WWE fan. Because honestly, WWE is really more sports entertainment than pro wrestling. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, you can't call yourself a pro wrestling fan. I dib and dabble. I jump on the New Japan Pro Wrestling website, just pick out stuff, just watch different styles. NWA, you know what I mean? They got some stuff going on over there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? TNA got some things going on. Shoot, was it MLZ? They got some things going on sometimes. I mean, that's what Jacob 5-2 and them came out. I mean, there's pro wrestling all shit. Booker T promotion. Reality of wrestling. They got some things going on. So, like I said, I like pro wrestling. And as fans, we just go out of control. But like I was saying, the Cody Rhodes coming, bloodline reincarnation, being born. At this time, you have Brock Lesnar still in the fold. It was a perfect storm of everything coming alive. Seth Rollins started finding that this whatever this character is right now, the Seth freaking Rollins character, this loony, dressing dude. It's funny. how I see him evolve from this. He used to wear nice suits, but it was just different designs. To this month, now this guy's coming out with his back out, like Aaron said, in a backless blouse. So, and here we are now. AEW losing ratings, taking a nosedive, losing fans. The company is imploding from at one point with the CM Punk debacles. I mean, it has been a bad about 2 years, honestly, a good bad 2 years and a half, maybe, for AEW. And this company only been in existence for 5 years. So I think that's a lack of leadership. I think it's a lack of control backstage. I think Tony Khan needs to surround himself. But I think Tony Khan is getting it, guys. I think Tony Khan is getting it. You can see it. You can see it in all facets of how AEW is being produced now and how everything is flowing. But that's going to be for another time. Trust me. But yeah, Triple H took over and started giving that main WWE roster some of that NXT black and gold feel. And yeah, I will not lie. Ever since Triple H has taken over, the match quality inside the WWE ring has improved. It really has. I mean, I'll tell you for one thing, he gives them more TV time for the matches. Vince didn't, unless it was a marquee match. But again, it's that WWE style of wrestling. If you pay attention, everybody pretty much wrestle the same way. Except for the high flyers. And the high flyers pretty much do the same thing. Everybody has the same type of wrestling style. There is no difference of wrestling styles. Remember that? There was a difference of wrestling styles. Like, it was very predominant. It was, like you had the brawler. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the cruiserweight, the aerial person. You had the technician. You had the person that cheated, you know what I'm saying, that manipulate his way through the ring and, did things, like, I don't know. Used to have different styles of wrestling, which that's something AEW highlights. And that's another reason why I like AEW. I mean, that's another reason why I watch AEW and like AEW. So what? It's good. It's good to me. And I'm not even on the internet like that. I don't even be on Twitter. I don't even have a Facebook, Instagram. I ain't got none of that. All I got is YouTube's, and I go on that. That's it. So, like I said, it's a combination of everything that made WWE pop to what it is now. Yeah, it is. But guess what? Guess what? AEW coming again. Remember that I told you about the mansion on the hill, but AEW was on the block? Hey, now they got another hill to climb because WWE got 2 mansions on the hill right now. I mean, they decked out from head to toe. Let's keep it a buck. And then guess what? AEW, it was on the block. Now that motherfucker down a couple streets. Let's keep it a buck, man. You gotta keep it a buck. They're down a couple streets. But guess what? They coming. Because I'm telling you, if Shane McMahon don't have no hand in this shit, I'll be surprised. I will fall out in this goddamn chair. Because this shit is shot like a WWE production. I'm telling you how everything's been like if you pay attention to Dynamite and Collision for the last couple of weeks, even Rampage, they shoot Rampage like how they shoot WWE main event. Pay attention. Pay attention. See, this is what I'm telling you. Stop being tribalist and stop going for just WWE or just AEW. Just be a pro wrestling fan, because you do yourself a lot more favors, because you can enjoy the best of both worlds and then stand on that shit, bro. I stand on that shit. If I'm the small percentage, that ain't nothing new to me. I always been a small percentage. Steph Ronan's always been within the few. And that's fine with me. But I see things, I know I see things, and I catch things that a lot of y'all don't do. You understand? Because it's like, for a while, pro wrestling had a negative stigmatism. You watch that fake shit, that fake, these men walking around naked and beating up each other. What the hell? I mean, I done heard it all, man. I done heard it all. That's a trampoline. They on the trampoline. Okay. All right, trampoline. Yeah, okay. You want to call it trampoline, but bust your ass. You fuck around and put your hip out. Just taking one bump. And I'm talking about you just falling straight flat in your back with your arms spread out. Boom. With your head up. Boom. Boom. Bro, you gonna be like, oh, that, you got to get used to that. But like I said, WWE is running things right now. I recognize that. I love WWE's production. My chef's kiss. I mean, their production is stuff. Look, you let my ass be getting zooted. I sit here and just watch that. That shit is like watching a movie, man. It really is. It's like watching a movie. It's all types of elements involved, and what I'm saying, the camera angles and stuff. I mean, what they're doing with the drones, when the drone comes inside the building, and they got a packed house, and you see from both sides, I'm like, oh, that looks so good. That looks beautiful, man. That's what pro wrestling is. It's a spectacle. It's theater at its finest. You would never, ever in your life find theater more beautiful than pro wrestling. It's an art form. It's moving art. And people are too blinded by what they see to even understand. They're not even giving it a chance to not understand. It's beautiful. And I'm not even hating, bro. I'm just saying you ain't doing it right. Your ass, it's like your ass is still buffering when you took the damn Kevin Owens stunner. It's like your ass is still buffering. Bow. Oh, here I go. Boom. Oh shit, man. Come on, man. AEW, on the other hand, they got production quality issues. They're getting better though. But I mean, before, holy crap, man. Who is doing what and what is going on? Like, what if a motherfucker, what if I have been watching the show every week, but I just happen to forget one or two things? Shoot, I'm on the za. Shit. What if I forget a couple of things? I mean, damn. Can I get a promo package? Can I get a recap for something? I mean, can the Oos get a goddamn song? An interview? Can I get something that reminds me, oh, this is how we got here at this point in the storyline? They weren't doing that. And then they come out with all these names I never heard nothing about, man. I'm like, who is this? But granted, you gotta go into that mindset. I think us as wrestling fans, if we are a fan for so long, we feel like we should know everybody who's in the game, but you don't, because there's always new people coming up. So what you do, you just post up and see what they got. And I saw what they have. There's a lot of great talent in AEW. I dare to say, roster for roster, AEW got some heavy hitters. There's skill. There's different skill. There's different levels to this. That's what I feel like. And I think when people who can call their matches on the fly, there's different levels to this shit. Different levels. If you don't feel like there's different levels to it, that's fine. But I feel like there's different levels to the shit. Like I said, it's like an onion. So many layers of pro wrestling. That's why I love it. You can never really get bored of it if you really sticking and moving with it. It's always something going on in pro wrestling. Pro wrestling find a way to keep itself relevant, even though it might not be relevant in the mainstream, but it still finds itself to keep relevant to the people who is loyal to it. And for that, that's good. But yeah, AEW has its problems. The storylines, sometimes that shit didn't make no damn sense. Or maybe because I haven't watched they haven't produced enough recaps for me to remember what the hell is going on. One or the other is still not good. But the times are changing. The storylines are getting a lot more better. They're actually staying consistent with a couple of storylines and not just jumping storylines every some odd weeks. They're staying with these storylines for long term. Little details, you know, it worked. So the production storylines is improving, much improved. Their production is improving. Holy crap. They're doing recaps now. And holy crap, they're doing superstar profiles in the middle of the show. Showing you their little 30 seconds, showing you little back history, little 60 seconds showing their back history, show you how long they've been in AEW, showing what they're about, show them describe their character. It just boom. Because they did it a couple weeks ago on Collision with the four-way women's match, the main event. Great match. Let's get this record straight. I prefer AEW's wrestling than WWE's wrestling, in-ring wrestling. So therefore, I lean more towards the AEW. But it doesn't make me a diehard. It doesn't make me and I like WWE's production. And I love their storylines. That doesn't make me a WWE diehard. I just like pro wrestling. I like different things from pro wrestling. If I can get it from here and I can get it from here, then I'm going to watch both. And I'm going to support both. I would like to go to WWE shows, but they damn shows cost too much damn money. What is going on? I mean, damn it. Me and Aaron and I was trying to get some Bad Blood tickets, man. You know, we always think about even bringing the wifeys with us and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, what? We ain't paying that just to sit there. Man, you must be out your mind. Taxi. Then they broke the news. WWE, TKO are going to lessen the PLEs, but may raise the ticket prices. Hey, hello. What happened to the working man? If you can't come to my damn shows, if you can't afford to come to our shows, you don't deserve to be there. Well, damn, man. All right, trips. Shit. I deserve to be there. I go to AEW shows all the time. Shit. And them shits be fire. Have just as good as time as a WWE show. Shit, have good times everywhere, man. But I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm expecting at least, all right, $200 a ticket. I can just maybe. Bro, you talking about $300 and something a ticket, bro? What? And they be adding all those fees? Nah. WWE, you better, hey, look, y'all already have problems selling out damn SummerSlam. Y'all have some tarped off sections. I saw it in the back. Don't front. I saw it in the back. Shit. Shit, I saw it in the back. Man, no. People, look, this country's in a recession, man. You want to put these high ass tickets here, bro. Whoever's buying these motherfuckers, bro, kudos to y'all, man. And y'all go there and y'all make it hype. I ain't no hater, bro. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Shit, cause they ain't gonna be me over there like that spending that money for that shit. No, hell no. Mess that up. Nah. So, AEW fans, WWE fans, the tribalism, can we all just get along? What? No, we can't just get along. So, I find it entertaining. I like it when people jump on some like our posts and they will go in on AEW. Boy, oh my God, this one dude was like, "This is an outrage." I was like, "What? What happened?" Syringe, this is sick. This is dirty. It's unnecessary. It's pro wrestling. Everything in pro wrestling is unnecessary. The fuck is wrong with you? This is the hill you want to die on? This when it comes to pro wrestling? Oh, okay. All right. See, I'm not just talking about in-ring shit. I'm talking about as general, the genre. Stick a syringe in someone's mouth. I mean, shit. Look what happened. What they did with the backstage incident with the Wyatt Six. Shit, they made Chad Gable like someone shot him in the head. Slump, blood running down his side of his face. People laying in pools of blood. I'm like, oh man. You see that? Just like that. The Wyatt Six. They made how they introduced them is not how they're portraying them. It's the typical WWE thing. They do this shit all the time. They get you hyped up all the way up here for something, and then they roll it out, and it falls like a flat, like a dud. What is going on? These guys came in here literally murdering folks, busting heads with sludge hammers and all types of stuff, standing over people. People knocked the hell out. Only to turn around and fight people who have done their wrestling family wrong. Now they're superheroes. What kind of booking did Tony Khan get a hold of this motherfucker? Like, what? I'm confused. I thought these dudes was going to be on some psychopathic, here they come. Instead, they turned into some righteous family superheroes. They fight for those who do their family wrong. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. But we'll see. Now on, understand it. You heard it. This is Steph Ronan calling out for the 404HEELZ. This is my take. And thank you for the time for pro wrestling fans for letting me talk to you. You know what it is. Like, subscribe. Keep it moving, keep it pushing. Love your pro wrestling, whether it's E or whether it's the A. But they all got W in it. And that stands for wrestling. I'm out this bitch.